Chapter 2. The Watcher. The air in the subterranean command center at Echo Ridge, Virginia was cold, sterile, and silent save for the whisper of recycled air. Major Vanguard ran a gloved finger along the edge of the object on the central analysis table. It was a foot-long rod of a seamless, non-reflective black material that felt unnaturally dense. To the uninitiated, it looked like a piece of modern sculpture. Vanguard knew it was a fossil from a future that had died millennia ago. "Status on the core resonance, Lieutenant?" Vanguard asked without looking up. "Still dormant, sir," a voice replied from the perimeter of the darkened room. "The internal lattice shows zero energy transfer. It's as dead as it was when we pulled it from the ice in '78. Vanguard's jaw tightened. For 50 years, his predecessors, and now he, had been the keepers of the ultimate secret. The Roswell event was a misdirection. The real prize hadn't crashed in the New Mexico desert. It had been found, frozen and perfectly preserved in the Antarctic ice. A different ship, a different crew, and a toolkit of impossible, inert artifacts. They possessed the instruments of the gods, but they had forgotten how to make them sing. He stared at the rod on the table, what the fragmented logs called a frequency calibrator, a tool that could supposedly paint a line of decoherence onto solid matter, a key without a keyhole. A soft, insistent chime broke the silence. "Sir," the lieutenant said, his voice suddenly sharp with adrenaline, "we have a ping. A microburst of quantum trace resonance. Extremely faint, but it's there." Vanguard turned from the artifact, his movements economical and precise. He strode to the main holographic display, which showed a spinning globe of the Earth. A single pulsing red dot appeared over North America. "Magnify. Source location." The globe zoomed in. A university campus. A specific building. A specific lab. "Cross-reference with Project Chimera," Vanguard commanded. A file appeared in the air next to the map. It was a thin file, but one Vanguard knew well. It contained newspaper clippings, grant rejections, and transcripts of monitored calls. The subject? Dr. Benjamin Carter. "Genetic astrology." Vanguard read the mocking headline aloud, a thin, humorless smile touching his lips. He looked at the live data stream from Ben's lab. The resonance was gone as quickly as it had appeared, a ghost in the data. But it had been there. A single, pure note in a world of static. "He doesn't have an artifact," the lieutenant mused. "He can't. We have the only known inventory." "No," Vanguard said, his eyes fixed on Ben Carter's photo. "He doesn't have the hardware. He has the wetware." He tapped the file. "His theory. Ancestral cognitive resonance. He's been looking for a ghost in the blood. He just found it." Vanguard felt a cold thrill, the feeling of a hunter who has waited patiently for his quarry to finally break cover. The Antarctic artifacts were a locked door. Carter was the key. His unique genetic lineage, a lineage Vanguard had been tracking for years, had just been activated. The dormant bloodline had awoken. "The Sentinel network is a closed system, Lieutenant," Vanguard said, thinking aloud. "It requires a key and an operator. The hardware we possess is the key." He gestured to the rod. "But Carter is a living operator. He's found a back door, the way to ring the bell, even if he doesn't know what the bell is for." He turned to his subordinate, his eyes like chips of ice. "Put a flag on Dr. Carter. Full satellite and communication surveillance. I want to know everyone he speaks to. everything he does. Some corporation, some private interest with deep pockets will get to him first. They always do. And when they do, sir, we let them, Vanguard said, his gaze returning to the pulsing red dot on the map. Let them fund his research. Let them lead him to the prize. Let them do all the heavy lifting. He walked back to the table and picked up the inert calibrator, feeling its impossible weight. He was not a scientist seeking truth. He was a soldier seeking to reclaim a lost inheritance. This power was not meant for debate in academic halls or for sale in corporate boardrooms. It was a weapon, a tool of absolute order, and it was his birthright to wield it. Let the archaeologists dig, he whispered to the empty room. We'll be there to collect the artifact when they're done.